Trance Family UAE is very excited to have with us Chris Metcalfe, who's performing at Catalyst at Mansion Dubai. Chris, welcome to Dubai.
Thanks, mate.
How's your stay so far?
Yeah, it's been good. Been here a couple of days now and it's must been getting a bit of sun, as you can tell by the red.
You have to make the best of it.
Yeah. It's been going out had some nice food, like with a few friends as well that live in over UAE, so
okay, great.
Seeing them quite a bit, and that's been really nice.
Oh, it's cool.
Enjoyed it to now.
Yeah, it's good to have you. I suppose it's better than UK a bit. So
I appreciate you. Get me in, mate. Like I've always wanted to play in Dubai, so I'm buzzing to be here. So, yeah.
No, definitely. We're very happy to have you here. So in terms of your career, let's go right back to the beginning. How did it really sort of start out for you? Did you start producing first, or was it a DJ thing?
No, what happened? Like I got my first set of decks when I was about 14, 15-year-old, and then obviously it got to a point. I was DJing for about 5-6 years, something like that, and then it was like a bit of a laugh at first, and then obviously it got to a point where you need to start making music to. Well, if you didn't, you weren't going to make it. So I got into production about 4 or 5 years ago. Armin van Buuren's my first track, first encounter. It's actually, the way it came about, actually, I sent it to John O'Callaghan. John O'Callaghan played it at Cream Amnesia.
Wow.
And then, literally 2 days after, I got an email off Armin van Buuren, with a personal email saying, is it still available to sign? So I signed it to him. And
it's been a bit of a surreal experience.
Yeah, it was. I remember the first, when I signed it, I was in like an internet cafe in Ibiza. I checked my emails and it said Armin van Buuren. I clicked in it. Massive anyway. And then from that, I got signed to Armada. I got like a 4-track contract with him, and then just ever since then, I just dropped contracts off.
So I mean, you talk about how it's sort of grown now, and we see you now on Subculture label, which is obviously John O'Callaghan's label.
Yeah.
How big is that now in terms of your career to have tracks going out quite regularly on that label?
Massive. John's one of my biggest inspirations. Runs for John. I wouldn't be studying now. John actually signed it's my second track, Subculture, and that was part of Armada, my track Outback. Giuseppe Taviani did a remix of that, and that went massive. And just ever since, John supported me for the last 3 years. He's pushed me, and I played Subculture in Australia, around the UK and other places. And John's for me is massive anyway.
Yeah, I mean it's becoming a very big brand, Subculture, particularly in sort of that kind of 138 plus kind of trance area, and you know, as a diehard trance fan, that's something that's really great to see a lot of young guys coming up through these big labels, whether it's FSOE or whether it's Subculture. And you actually mentioned about you did a gig where it's sort of Subculture versus FSOE.
I'm playing in Holland in June, which is Subculture. It's like an Amsterdam weekend, Subculture versus Future Sound of Egypt. Like Ali and Fila playing John O'Callaghan, Snyder, Sebastian Brant. It's a massive lineup. Loads of new talent coming through, like Darren Porter. Can't wait anyway.
It's pretty exciting to be part of this.
Oh, it is. It's
this
massive,
area. And for you, in terms of trance as a whole. We've seen it change very drastically over the past few years, from sort of very emotional vocal kind of things to a lot more sort of banging tunes, very epic trance. How do you think that it's going to progress more in the future, particularly with someone like you who's very specific in a certain area?
I'm just going to keep on doing what I do. I've always made 138 stuff, 140 stuff, and I'm just going to keep sticking to that. There's people like Brian Kearney in Decent Noise. Years ago this thing they were doing wasn't very big, and they've stuck at it, and now that's massive. And look at them two now, they took off the huge and stuff. And for me, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Hopefully things will grow and grow. It's going to get bigger and stuff. And we'll just hopefully in the future it'll get bigger anyway.
So I mean, you actually had some tracks released fairly recently. Would you like to tell us a bit more about that?
So I had a track come out Monday gone, 5 days ago. Track called High Altitude. That was signed to Subculture, John O'Callaghan's label. I'd Mike Push remix that. So yeah, that's just got released Monday. I also did a remix for Ronsky Speed, Germany. That's just came out on Euphonic, called Fiero. So Ali and Feeler played that in the radio show Monday. The week before that they played High Altitude. 2 weeks before that I had a track out on Infrasonic, it's a 138 label, so they basically just specialise in 138. It's only new, they've had like 3 or 4 tracks out, but it's good quality releases.
Yeah, definitely.
That's not done too bad. It's got some good support, so yeah, it's been good anyway.
So I mean, you mentioned going back to sort of John O'Callaghan and Ali and Feeler. How important is it that these sort of big artists are really pushing your tracks and supporting you? Do you really feel it as an artist that they're supporting that?
Yeah, it's massive. If you don't get support from the big artists now, you basically I don't know if I would say, but you're pissing in the wind anyway, because you need the support from the big artists. You need the support from Armin van Buren. If you play like the 140 stuff, you need John O'Callaghan, Ali and Feeler, them kind of guys to get behind you. But it's essential anyway to get support from the big DJs.
And I mean, it's great to already get that support. So looking forward into the future, what more can we expect from Chris Metcalfe?
Loads, to be honest with you, loads, mate. I've just 95% of my first vocal track, so I'm looking forward to. I've not sent it to any labels yet. Obviously, I'll be sending it to Subculture first. Hopefully they'll like it and we'll go from there. But I've got like 2 or 3 originals. One's completely finished, and I've got like 2 others 90% finished. I've got a remix coming out for Jordan Suckley's label.
Okay, great.
On, Damaged. That's sounding wicked. I've just sent that to him a couple of days ago.
Okay, cool.
A few other more remixes. There's plenty in the pipeline, put it that way. It's going to be like a big year. Like in the past, I've always released maybe 2 or 3 tracks a year and a couple of remixes and maybe a classic. But it's changed so much, the scene now. Like, you need to be constantly putting music out there to keep your name up there. Like, if you look at people like Snyder's smashing it. He's constantly putting big music out there and he's smashing it. So my aim this year is to every 4 to 6 weeks have like a release, whether it's an original, a remix, a bootleg of a classic, or that's the goal for this year anyway.
That's good. No, we wish you the best of luck. And thank you very much for coming to Dubai. We hope to hear lots more about you. We'll definitely be following through Subculture. And thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Cheers, mate. Thank you.